Today we're going to talk about something which is going to probably be hard for the women to receive. And I'm just going to say it, we need to stop being so masculine. And I know that it's really hard to receive because it was really hard for me to receive. You know, we live in a world today that is like telling women that they can be it all, they can have it all, but basically that they need to do it like a man does.
Yeah.
That we need to be strong and powerful and, you know, be a mum, be the super mum, go to work, slay at work, and it sends us into our masculine energy. We live in a world that overvalues doing and really undervalues being, which is the feminine.
Which is the masculine. The doing's the masculine.
The doing is all masculine. Yeah, and it's overvalued. And then we bring that into our relationship. So I'm a very high achiever. I love to do. I'm, you know, have that side of me, like so many women that are attracted to me and work with me. But this started to create problems in our relationship because I started to do everything and be everything. And it's like I didn't need Adam. And then when we had kids, it just got worse and worse and worse because I just tried to do more and more and more. So I was getting stressed and frustrated and I was angry and annoyed at Adam because he wasn't meeting me in things. And that resentment came out as like just so much masculine energy. And you know, we'd have arguments and I'd be like fighting him with my words. Like I'd be using my words like weapons and, you know, I'd be almost like getting my swords out ready to like fight him, you know. And I can laugh about it now, but I know when you're in it, it's really uncomfortable. And as a woman, you don't want to have to get to that place. But, you know, I always say to women, you know, I understand how you're feeling because Adam was not creating a safe space for me. He was not meeting any of my needs. He wasn't creating a safe environment. He wasn't keeping his end of the masculine needs in the relationship, and they're fundamental needs. And if a woman doesn't feel safe, she will go into her masculine because she's trying to protect herself. Now I've learned that I'm just as powerful in my feminine as I am in my masculine, if not more, because that's my natural energy. And I now know how to harness that energy. I know how to soothe myself and help, like lead myself through any pain or unsafety. And I know how to bring that safety back for myself and cultivate it in myself. I no longer need it from Adam. And this beautiful thing happens when you don't need it, then they become it because you're no longer desperate for it. And Adam has definitely risen for that. He continues to become more of the man that I always desired him to be, which I'm really grateful for. But I know when you're in it and your man is not being what you want him to be and is not providing and is not keeping you safe and is complaining and whinging and maybe he's like gaming all the time or on his phone all the time, like completely just distant and disconnected.
Drinking beers and hanging out with the guys all the time.
Yeah, when they're just avoiding, you know, and that's what they're doing. They're avoiding. And so then when you bring stuff up and you come at them with so much masculine energy and they're already down, Adam would just fight me back. And as if I was a man, he would say things like, stop being so masculine. And it really hurt in the moment. It really, really hurt. But I had to learn how to separate myself from what he was saying and take the feedback because yes, it hurt, but there was feedback there. There was some truth there. I was fully in my masculine and I was getting ready to fight him. And it wasn't healthy and it wasn't helping us resolve our issues in our relationship. It was actually keeping us stuck. And I was able to realize that and actually see from Adam's perspective that for him to say that to me, he was desperate. You know, he was in a desperate place of like, I don't know how to get through to her. I don't know what to say. Like, just he felt like anything he said was wrong, that it didn't matter, that he couldn't say the right thing. And we hear this from men all the time. And so then they resort to just blaming you and just telling you you're the problem. And that wasn't true. I didn't just accept that I was the only problem because I wasn't. But the truth was I was really stuck in my masculine and it was eroding trust and love and passion and the polarity of our relationship. So there was some truth there which I needed to look at. And yes, it was hard. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It was really hard to acknowledge that. But when I learned the skills and the tools to really look at that and have the awareness and unpack it and see what was happening, we could actually see that in our relationship that Adam was going into his feminine and I was going into my masculine. And that was the gift of that moment when Adam had the courage to say to me, stop being so masculine. And, you know, it was, like I said, it was a tough moment, but it was a breakthrough moment for us. So if your husband or your partner is saying to you, stop being so masculine, I really do empathize. I know how much it hurts.
Yeah.
But it is also an opportunity to unpack that, to open it like a present. If it triggers you, there's a gift in there. Maybe you are spending too much time in your masculine. Maybe you're not communicating, like I wasn't, that I had some fears and that I wasn't feeling safe. You know, maybe there's some conversations that need to be had. And maybe like me, you need to go on a journey where you learn more about the feminine and you come back to yourself and your true nature, because I had become completely disconnected from it. And I know that this happens from life events. You know, Adam had let me down a lot of the time, and I was holding on to a lot of this. So I needed to go through a process to let it go.
And even our childhoods too, depending on how you were brought up, how you were raised from your parents, you could have had a mum who was overly masculine, and you've taken on those traits. And you're just repeating it now in your relationship.
Yeah. And it just creates so much destruction. Like, if I had stayed in that place, we would not have been able to stay together because we were just like, we were starting to fight like two men.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And nobody was winning. Everybody was losing. And we couldn't reach each other's hearts. You know, when I was going to my masculine, I had armor up. I had walls up. Like, we both had masks on and armor.
It was just fighting from the head.
And there was no love because we weren't engaging our hearts at all, and we were not in our core energy. So if you want to learn more about this, if this has triggered you, if this has kind of made you think, oh wow, like I can really relate to that, we really want to share with you some ways that you can start to work through this. So if you click the link below, we've put our relationship mini course, which is free at the moment. It's packed full of value, like so much value. We normally charge for this, but we're offering it for free at the moment. And there is so much in there about how we turn this around, about how I healed my relationship with the masculine and how I learned how to embody my feminine energy more, and the gift that brought to our relationship and how it brought us closer together. There is so much in there, and just that shift alone meant we started to communicate more. Just that tiny shift of learning how to embody my feminine, Adam learning how to embody his masculine, and how to support each other in that, like how to change our states, how to change our physiology, our thinking, our stories, and to support each other in that, and break each other's states, you know.
And also understand the differences in men and women. That's just critical. No one teaches this stuff. But by learning that, we're able to then come together instead of push each other away.
Yes, definitely. And instead of blaming each other, we understood, like Adam understood if I started to go into my masculine, oh, she's scared, like she's not feeling safe. I haven't approached this in a way, that she's feeling safe. So it's not personal, it's not an attack. If I can make her feel safe and I stay in my masculine, then she will stay in her feminine. So it's so powerful. It's literally game-changing for your relationship, life-changing for like your family if you've got kids. And that's a gift that we're going to share with you, because we really want you to, if you're feeling that, like if you're feeling this horrible experience of your partner telling you you're too masculine or you're too this or you're too that, it's a really hurtful, horrible place to be. But there, like I said, there's a gift in it, and we want to give you that gift. We want to help you to start to open that and really pull the lessons from it so that you can turn your relationship around and start to enjoy each other again like you once did when you were in your natural energies. So click the link below and we'll see you soon.